So we're here today in the rescue hangar with the Joes, and we have a lot of work to do, so we're just going to jump right into it. Welcome back to Rebuild Rescue.
Well, today we're going to be getting inside the nose here. We're going to clean it out real well. Obviously, a couple cracks and crevices that are going to be cleaned out real good. We're going to take the doors off out here to make it a little more accessible. And once we get it all cleaned out the best we can, we're going to get in there with some zinc chromate, and we're going to, spray it, make it look all brand new again. Alright, now we got some cables we'll have to remove here. Now in removing these, I'm sure we want to make sure that when we put them back in, if we do not replace them, we have them marked in some way so we know. It'll make it just a lot easier to know where they were located when we put them back together. I think the next step's going to be to remove the airbox. The way it looks though, I am going to have to go in under the floor, which is under the pedals area, to get some of them lower rivets. I believe from right about that seam down is all below the floor. That might be a little tricky. So we're going to go inside the plane here, see what kind of access I have, and see how difficult this is really going to be. So I did a little looking. Gotta remove the carpet. I believe I see a row of rivets there, and I got one little inspection plate there behind the pedals that I might get a little access. So let's see what we get into here. Alright, so those are the ones I can get with the drill. Guess we'll go out here and see how it looks. Alright, we have all the rivets I could see on the firewall. I guess that's what you call that. Compartment wall, I don't know. But I'm struggling to see where I'm going to gain access to the lower rivets underneath the floor panel. I don't think they really planned for any kind of service work to this unit. Man, I tell you, it takes some grit and determination to figure these out. It's going to be tough to get to. So we'll work on the top ones, get those out, and I guess we'll save the best for last there on the bottom. And yeah, we keep rolling here. So we were able to pop those on this side, but that is super tedious. I'm not sure how I'm going to make that work on the back side and up underneath. I'm going to need to remove this tube to try and give me a little more access in there. Still not quite sure how I'm going to get those free, but let's go under here. Already sprayed some lubricant, and see if that'll come loose. Okay, so we have a spring inside of there. So, didn't give us a whole lot of room, but did give us a little more flexibility to move. I found a little bit of access in this inspection panel up here, but I can't get a tool down in there, so I'm not sure how down in there I can get the rivets. I think for now I'm going to jump into the opposing side, do a little bit of my cleaning and prep work, so we get some zinc chromate at least on that side a while. Don't feel like I got very far. Cleaning up under all this, under edge, getting in all the crevices. And the corners is very time consuming. And we still got a little wiping to do there. I mean, a lot of this is just leftover soot from all the bird debris. They didn't call it the birdhouse for nothing. It's starting to look like something though. Something that we can prime over. Some spots don't seem to be cleaning up the greatest. I've tried different techniques, but it's just very intricate. Tight little areas, it's hard to get into. So once we get to the other side, I figured I'd tackle this side first. Some days, you know, I just feel like tackling the hard spot. So towards the end of the job, it just gets a little bit easier. So that's kind of how I like to do things sometimes. Sometimes I'm the opposite. Sometimes I'll go for the easy, then, you know, get to the hard spot and kick myself in the butt, wishing I would have did it the other way. But we're going to keep at it and never give up. Just keep going. That's the way to be. You give up, you know, you never know what could happen. You stay tough, determined, and you make it look all but brand new. And that's not just in the project we're doing here. That's a good way to look at life. Keep fighting. Life's not easy, but that's what makes it fun.
Taking the gear out, Joe?
Yep. We get it cleaned up, rebuilt.
What are you working on over here, Joe?
The steering spring and cable and tube and
And all that stuff
Yeah.
loosened up that gear to drop?
yeah, well the gear's loose. It was just so we can get in here and clean the rest of it, get it out of the way, clean the spring up.
Oh, nice.
Spring's kind of rusty. Still fully functional, just a little dirty and rusty. Looks a lot better than other things in this airplane did.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
Could use some time in the vapor home machine now.
that's all.
Yeah.
A little cleanup, spray it, lube it, put it back in. Not broken, still in good shape. Kind of amazing for 1968, right?
Yeah, really.
Still doing its thing.
Held together nicely.
Yeah.
Well, I pulled the bolt out and the springs are pulling the gear doors closed. I mean, it's not a lot of tension, but it's still a pain.
Annoying to work around.
Yeah.
All right, other side. Okay, we'll go with the same pattern.
So while the two Joes are working the 401, we got to get the 172 off the trailer so we can get the 401 on the trailer and get it to Georgia. Now, when we loaded it, we had a bunch of help, and I have to admit it was a little sketchy. I worried about dropping the 172 off the side of the trailer. Luckily, we're here at the rescue hangar where we have a gantry crane and some ingenuity. So I have to measure the width of the 172 and make sure that it is going to clear everything. Go check it out. All right, so is that about even with the where that shackle is?
Yeah, just about right on there.
Okay, so it's about 46 inches. Our roof is probably 48, so if we would go wider, it would be better. All right. So we're going to take this eyelet. It's going to go down through this 4x4. But we will hook a strap to it, and then the strap will go down to the landing gear. There'll be two straps going down from this eyelet to the landing gear on either side, and then we're going to have an eyelet here that's going to come up through the center of it. It's going to hook up to the gantry crane, and we'll also have a strap going to the front. And we may even take a strap down to the back of the 172 as well. We're just going to put enough force on it to get it a little bit over top the trailer, and then we're going to pull the trailer out from underneath it, and hopefully not drop the 172 on the ground. So we've got all the eye hooks in. Hopefully, this will hold the. Hopefully, this will hold the airplane.
I think it should.
Yeah.
Looks like that would be enough to pick up a pretty empty fuselage. Hopefully.
I don't know. Let's see.
I guess in 20 minutes we'll find out if we still have a trailer or a 172.
Right. All right. We've been working on the underside of the hood here. I guess that's the hood. Is this a hood? It's not a car, but is that a hood, Joe?
No, it's a baggage area.
Baggage.
Baggage door.
Underneath here, in the baggage area, the luggage area of the front end of the 401, we've been working on this for days. Days.
It looks a lot better though.
It does look a lot better. Well, and it's getting better, but just taking some of this stuff apart takes hours. Instead of something being screwed in, a lot of times, on an airplane, it's riveted in. So you got to undo rivets. You got to it's a lot of work. We have almost like a week's worth of work into this front end, just getting it all cleaned up, and any little bit of corrosion removed. So it's a lot of work. I give a lot of credit to APs when they're working on stuff. It's a lot of work, but it's looking good.
Three tools with two hands.
Yeah, three
That's
tools,
talent.
2 hands, and the flashlight.
The tool's working on it.
Oh,
Did you just call us tools?
is that a cameraman looking for trouble?
Did anybody tell you don't mess with a Joe,
Right.
let alone two?
2 of them, right? Now you got 2 of them, boy. All right, they're all on. Now what?
I think we might be pretty darn close to dropping this out of here.
It might come out today. All right, I gotta go. See ya.
That's my finger. That don't feel good.
Is
Ow.
it still stuck in there?
Oh yeah. I'm
Okay.
stuck.
Was it down? I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to touch anything. There. All right, go. Come down. Still doesn't want to come down. Jesus.
I'm just waiting to be pulling hard and both elbows.
It's gonna be like, oh my arm.
Well, now can we wiggle it a little bit and maybe?
Yeah. There she goes. Go ahead. Yep.
Wiggle a little jiggle.
Got it.
Ow.
Okay. Here, you can have it.
And we call that a win here at Rebuild Rescue.
Oh yeah.
That was a big win.
Brand new unicycle for Joe.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I get on there to ride it.
So you guys might see some different projects that we have around the hangar here. This project right here that Greg, really awesome APIA that's based here at the airport is working on. So this 140 Cherokee 9800 Whiskey is the airplane that I spent most of my time training in. It's down for annual, it's getting new cylinders put on. It actually had low compression on cylinder number 2 over here. And when they pulled the engine apart, it had the wrong piston in. Someone had a 150 horsepower piston in, but it has a 160 horsepower STC. And it was like that. We look back in the logs, it was like that for years. And I always thought it was a little underpowered. So now it's getting a set of Millennium cylinders on it. They have been ported and polished by Lycon. You guys look at the ports on there. It is beautiful. So a lot of times you're gonna see different projects in here. We may not film the project and what's going on with them, but in the background they get done. We have a number of AMP and AMP-IAs that we work with, and that's why you'll see different projects in and out of here. Now, if I could only talk all of them into working on the 401 at one time, I'll keep working on them. This will be the first airplane that we have done that we have ported cylinders on it. So what I'm told it should be about, with that power flow exhaust, the tuned exhaust, that it should be 185 horsepower.
Fastest piper in the hangar.
He'd love it.
Yeah, hopefully it
He'd
is.
love it. It might be.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to surprise my girlfriend with that it's done and get her flight lessons. So because we're hoping we get Nicole to start flying airplanes. So I want to get this thing done, and I want to give the keys to Nicole. And if she decides she's going to take lessons, I want to take you guys along, so you can see how it is. She'll probably do better than me, but and she'll probably get her license done quicker than me, and I guarantee she won't wreck a 235. So
That's what I was going to say. She hasn't wrecked one yet.
right, yeah. Whoa, wait a second here. Yeah, probably. Awesome.
Fastest piper in the hangar by default.
Because it's the only one that'll run. Man, you guys are tough. You guys are tough. I'm going home. How's it looking, Joe?
Looking pretty good.
Is it looking good?
There's your last piece. That's gears out.
Nice.
So we get cleaning on it and get them parts refurbished and painted up.
So the Joes, got all the landing gear parts out, and this is some of the stuff. If you guys have an old airplane that sat out and you got it running and you got it flying and you haven't thoroughly checked out stuff like the landing gear, it's time to do it now. Because if you look at this, look at all of this rust, from the birds being up in there and just from time. This is metal. So we're going to take this, we're going to put this in the vapor honing machine. We're going to strip it down to nothing. We're going to check all the bearings, all the bushings. This is going to be completely zinc chromated and painted. We may powder coat them. I have to check if I can powder coat these parts. Some of the parts you can't do that with. You may be able to do that with these, but we're going to get them coated, inspected, fully rebuilt. This whole setup, fully rebuilt and brand new. Way different than just getting something running and or flying. This is about having a brand new airplane. Hey, can you give me a hand getting this 172 off the trailer?
Oh.
Moral support.
Get out of here. Good?
Pretty good right there. If you need a little extra, you can come back.
So hook that hook in the center and then hook the straps to these. You guys are gonna have to go up with it.
Yeah.
So if you guys remember this 172 from down in Mississippi, we had one heck of a time getting it loaded up. If you don't remember it, make sure you check out the video. This 172 is gonna get redone. Not right away, it's gonna be a while, but this is gonna get redone by a couple different shops outside of our hangar. And we're gonna get this thing fixed up so some young pilots can have their first flight in it.
We loosened them up. How's it look?
Looks good. We have to add training airplane to our rebuild rescue resume. So one of the nice things about getting to do this with the 172 is this is literally what we have to do with the 401 to get it up on the same trailer. So I'd rather practice with this one than practice with that one.
Is that how you're pulling it off, Joe?
Yep. I got this. Keep you going.
All right. See what happens.
Right, this side down.
I didn't think there was that much pull on it.
Guess I was wrong.
How bad could it go, Norm? How bad could it go? You ever seen anybody do this with an airplane before?
No.
First time? First time for everything, man.
I've seen manure spreaders do that.
Yeah.
At the end, they kick the manure up in the air and then they drive out from under it.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting the front gear secured.
Nice.
Perfect. There we go. It's not going anywhere. All right. So, who's going to pull the trailer out?
Do we want Norm to drive it out?
Yeah, that'd be great. Hey, Norm, can you pull that vehicle out?
Wood off of there too.
It's forward in.
Oh, okay. You gotta say knock on that. Maybe a little bit more, you got it.
I'll come up, I see.
Okay, alright.
Go ahead, Norm.
There it is, all the way down on that.
Go slow, Norm.
Take it slow over those,
Solid.
Go, 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 go.
You got it. Do you think this is the highest it's ever been up without an engine?
Who says we need an engine to fly?
Yeah, right? Or wings.
All right, it worked. Thank you, Norm.
Oh, nope. No problem.
We were
I
like,
have maybe a small favor of this. Flat tire.
in what, in your car? Yeah, we have a, I have a, do you have a screw in it?
There's a piece of metal there. It looks like a nail that got bent.
You got some experience in that
A
arena.
nail, a bent nail in his tire at the airport.
It's crazy.
I've never heard of that
Yeah,
happening
that's
before.
wild.
I have a plug kit and an air pump. Let me unhook this and then I'll grab it for you. That couldn't have worked any better. That was like perfect.
I don't know what my expectations were, but it beat it.
Right, well, anything that didn't end up with, yeah.
I was just waiting for this thing to free fall 8 feet to the ground.
The 4x4 definitely has had enough strength. I mean, I checked with an engineer at Home Depot.
Hate to say it, but I had to put my glasses on. Did you see these tires up close?
No.
They're very special.
How so?
They got more cracks than the Grand Canyon.
Oh my gosh, that's rough, man. Oh my gosh, look at this one. Look at that crack.
That crack's bigger than the Grand Canyon. You might be able to sell admission fees just to come see it.
But look at these.
It's scary.
This is what's scary. Look at like this stuff here. You can see the rivets.
Yep.
And then look at these ones.
It's just everywhere. These are rough. You can barely even feel the rivet head there anymore.
Yeah, I'll probably draw all those out and re-rivet them. And look at the radios in here. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, like nobody would ever fix this in their right mind. So a few of you might be wondering why I'm in a suit jacket and fancy shoes here in the hangar. Well, I just got back from a really important meeting with the FAA this morning. I know a couple of you guys that saw the busted by the FAA video, got a little upset and called it clickbait. Well, I don't know about you guys, but if the FAA shows up at your door on a Sunday, you're busted. So Now, I didn't explain exactly what happened because the FAA inspectors and the management here at the local FSDO, they didn't make a decision on exactly what they were going to do about the fact that the ADs weren't taken care of. Because if you fly an airplane and there's ADs that are due, they're not done. It's unairworthy. So then you're flying an unairworthy airplane. It's not good. It's a regulation. It's a bad thing. I did go and visit with the FAA, and I did get the letter of what they're going to do because I was busted. So, and what they're actually going to do is, I'll actually read you some of the letter. Based on a review of the aircraft records and identified regulatory findings, as owner-operator, you operated an aircraft in an unairworthy condition, which isn't good. And you did not maintain a current status of the aircraft's applicable airworthiness directives. And then this is what they're going to do. Because I was busted for it, they have some choices. There's some different things they can do. The FAA is trying to work with people more recently over the last couple of years and try to help out more than just, kind of be a pain in our butts. This is what they're doing. In reviewing your non-compliances, we have considered all available facts and concluded that you are eligible to participate in the FAA remedial training program. We are formally offering you an opportunity to participate in the RT program. So what this is instead of fining me, instead of like taking away licenses or suspending licenses, stuff like that, they want to help me out. They are basically going to have me go, into like a classroom setting and get some training on airworthiness directives, which I think will be fun. It'll be a lot of fun for me. I love learning. I love learning about airplanes. Also really glad I didn't get any fines, and they understood that, sometimes we may miss some things. So I just wanted to mention, you guys, with all the clickbait things, I did get busted. I am going to have to go do some classes now. But all in all, it's not a bad thing. I'm really glad that we're through that. But one of the other things, I put my suit on and met up with my attorney and met up with the FAA, is there's something that we haven't talked about. A number of months ago, we had a complaint filed against us about the 401. Now, I'm not going to talk about it in this video. If you guys want to hear about it, I'll definitely do a video on it. If you guys want to hear about it, drop something in the comments. Let me know you want to hear about the investigation on the free abandoned airplane, on the 401, on the Phoenix. It's been going on for months. It's come to a conclusion. If you guys want to hear about it, let me know. Post something in the comments, and I'd love to tell you the story. It's pretty crazy.
Good grief. How are you?
How are you, man? Karina got a hold of me and said you like to watch one or two of our videos.
I do indeed, yeah. I've enjoyed watching them, and I enjoy your adverts, but it's too hard to get stuff over here.
One of the reasons that Karina sent this up, she said you love watching all the videos, and she had mentioned that it was tough to get you a Christmas present over there in time for Christmas because she wanted.
Yeah, I'm a cranky old bastard.
Wanted to get you, some of these shirts.
No.
So, I didn't realize that it was so hard to get things over in Australia. She mentioned you love aviation and you love the channel. And she also said that you had a couple things that were maybe a little tough to deal with here the last year or so, health-wise. She mentioned that and said that you're a trooper, though. And, stuff like that, it's inspiring to us here. What we did is we wanted to give you a call today. We wanted to say hi and meet you,
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the show. It means a lot to us. I mean, that's why we do it.
Mate, I enjoy it. I love it, yeah.
Thank you.
I watch you and I think, I went to America and worked down the shipyard in Louisiana. I was going to bring a boat through the Panama back to Cairns. And I just admired the way the Americans got in and did things and worked. And I watched you doing your program and I thought, that's why America is great.
Oh, that's so awesome. I think really what makes it great is, all of us doing things together because in reality, I couldn't restore this 401 if it wasn't for the viewers, if it wasn't for people like you, Phil, spending your
Sure.
time and watching and joining us,
Yep.
it wouldn't be possible otherwise. And actually, here, let me show you. I'm in the hangar right now. Here, let me see here. Let's see which way I got to point the camera. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there's the 401.
Yep, so right there's, without giving away too much of what we have in this video right now as well, because there's some stuff done to the 401 that hasn't been released yet.
I admire what you're doing. I really
Thank
do.
you. So I have, we're going to be sending these. I'm going to send them tomorrow. We have a large 401 Forever shirt. We get a gray medium. So we'll send you a couple mediums, a couple larges. I'm going to sign them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm going
love
to
you
sign
too.
them for you. And then we also wanted to send you something else out. So I don't know if you caught the episode where we cut part of the old wing out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to sign this for you. We're going to clean up the edges so no one gets cut. I'm going to sign it for you, and you can have part of the 401.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Oh, thank
and I'll bring
you.
it. I'll bring it and show it to you at Oshkosh.
Are you coming?
Oh, I'd love to, but I don't know.
See,
I've
I'd,
got a few
I'd love
issues.
to come to Australia, so you might be
Oh,
headed
you
this
should,
way.
mate.
I might be headed that way.
Yeah, you should do that. It's a great thing.
Like I said, I appreciate you watching, and you know, I just really you know, appreciated your daughter-in-law reaching out and telling your story, how you love aviation, how you love the channel. That's why we do it, and it means a lot to us.
Yeah, good on you.
Awesome.
Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, sounds good. It was good to meet you, Phil. Hope to see you again.
You too, Jason. Terrific.
Take care,
Keep
man.
up the good work.
Yep, bye-bye.
Thank you, Karina. It was very nice.
One of the things that I can't express enough is how much like the whole community means to me. And to, I'm gonna get all sappy here. Give me a second. One of the things that it never ceases to amaze me is how people will reach out to us, how they love the program, they love being here with us in the hangar, working on the 401, working on other projects. It just blows me away. It's so inspiring, and I appreciate it so much. Like people spending their time, all of you spending your time watching us do what we do and cheering us on. It means so much. It means so much for me to see every comment, every email, everything. People ordering, you know, our shirts and proudly wearing our shirts. Like, I never expected any of it. I just wanted to be here and have fun, play with airplanes, play with cars, rebuild stuff. And it's opened up the door to so many different things, and I really appreciate it. I wanted to share some of this. I'm not going to share the whole message because it's pretty personal, but Karina, Phil's daughter-in-law, just sent a message. It's a few minutes after, you know, signing everything for Phil, and she just said, thank you so much. Literally never seen Phil smile that much in his whole life. He said it was the best surprise he ever had, you know, and how tough it's been, you know, for Phil not to feel too good. I didn't mention you guys when Phil's daughter-in-law reached out to us. You know, Phil does have terminal cancer. He's had terminal cancer now for 2 years. And she said he's a fighter. And it means so much to me that somebody that I'm sure, you know, treasures every minute, every day, every hour that he has, you know, that he spends that time with us. It means so much. I really wish I could hop in the 401, fly to Australia, and give him a ride in it. But hopefully one of these days, Phil, we can come out, or you can come over here somehow, and we can show you the airplane. We really appreciate everything. Hey guys, it's lunchtime. I'm hungry.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, all right, let's go.
so, how's it going over here? Is it
It's
going
going good, yeah.
Yeah, it's going good. We're working our way out here.
Ooh, look at that. Airbox is almost off. And this is like, that was like a real easy airbox to get out.
Yeah,
You can see the corrosion behind there. I'm really glad we decided to pull that apart to take it off. Looking good. So I'm really hungry. Let's go get some food. I guess the question is, so we have two favorite places here that we go to, Zing's and Harry's. So which one are we going to today? Harold, anybody got a quarter?
I got one in my car.
You have a quarter?
Yeah, I got a
Let's
quarter.
flip. Let's flip
All
for
right,
it.
we'll go grab it.
You got a quarter, Joe?
Oh, do you really? Wow.
Not one of those double-sided
Oh.
ones.
Oh, well, I can't touch
Not your
that.
cheater one.
It has a heads and a heads.
And a heads. All right. Heads I win, tails you lose. Let's flip.
Let's go heads. Heads is Harry's, tails is Zing's.
All right.
Ooh, heads.
All right. Zings it is.
No, that was Harry's.
Oh. All right. Zings it is.
Guess we're going to Zing's.
Let's grab some blood.
Might switch it up today.
So what are we looking at?
I don't know. It's kind of cold outside,
I
so
know.
I'm thinking some like maybe General Tso's.
So we absolutely love this stuff. We're here at least 3 times a week. 3? At least.
We might as well get a membership.
A membership, a sushi membership. What'd you guys get?
Sesame chicken.
Got pepper and onions, steak.
Oh, it looks like almost healthy, Joe.
It is, I think. We'll call it that.
And I get orange chicken. I usually get something a little bit healthier, but it's cold out and this is warm, so. So this is the unit that Joe has been working on getting out for a few days, and we finally got it out. Well, Joe finally got it out. Actually, he said he was about ready to get out, so I ran over here quick and pulled it out so I could be part of a monumental moment. And I want to show you guys a couple things. One of the reasons we removed this, because it is a lot of work to get this off, is this here. Let's look. What's in the heating system? Oh, look, it is a whole bunch of dead bees. Not only that, look at all of the dirt that we're going to be able to clean up. And also, look at this sensor. It's a heated sensor. We're going to be able to clean this up. We're going to put all this stuff in the blaster. All these shafts will be fixed. We're going to check the integrity of this airbox as well. If it needs anything like this fixed, that's going to get fixed. And if you look back behind here at the firewall, and you see all this corrosion. So there's definitely a good amount of corrosion around here, but it is all surface stuff. It's stuff that we can fix up, but we wanted to make sure that we fixed it up. We want to make sure that, again, everything's 100%. This actually makes me really happy. I'm glad we got this off. It's going to allow us to fix everything up the right way.
Well, now I could continue to get things cleaned up and finalize the paint in here.
Yeah,
And
100%.
the restoration of this compartment should be about
So I
90,
see that you
95%.
you got the tube off back here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wasn't able to see it yet, but there's a bunch of rivets around there to take that tube out
Yeah.
because we do have corrosion in behind that as well that we're going to take and clean up.
Perfect. This looks good. So after we have this area cleaned up, we will treat it with some iodine and some acid stuff. Believe it or not, to clean up some of the corrosion, you use like this acid and then some iodine. You neutralize it and do some other stuff. So, and then we'll get some primer on here. And then it's on to the next step. Yes, we'll pull all this stuff apart, and all these metal parts we can put over in the Vapor Home machine, and all the internal rubber parts, you know, we can replace them all. Pretty much all these controls were all locked up as well.
That's what opens up your floor vent.
Yeah, and this isn't supposed to move like that. The shaft is supposed to move, but this isn't supposed to move. So yeah, so we just get that soaking. It's probably going to take a while to get it loose. So we'll get this all cleaned up. We'll get all these parts inside the Vapor Home machine cleaned up 100%. We'll make sure all this structure, which, man, you did a really good job getting this thing out and not damaging it. So we'll make sure this is 100%. Get that all cleaned up, get it all protected, and we can get this riveted back in from the other side. Put some new sealant on it.
Yeah, if we weren't planning on reusing it, it would have came out 2 days ago.
A lot differently. Yeah, right.
But it would have been about 25 pieces.
25, yeah. We can get that little inspection panel, and you can actually see in here, see how that rubber piece there is broken off. So this rubber piece isn't connected anymore. So oh, look at that. Yeah, it's all dry rotted. You know, so again, we can make it 100%. I'm glad we're going like this depth, and just to do that, just to get this out, was 3 days of work. Cool. Good job. Good job.
Next task.
We just got an update on the 402 over in Holland. They just pulled it out of the hangar and they pulled it into the shop over there because they have to do a couple little modifications to it to get it all packed up safe. Because next week they're going to have shipping containers out there and it's getting loaded up in the shipping containers. So excited to get those parts here. And there's a rumor that it may get here a lot quicker than we thought. They told us it could be here by mid-January. So that's about a month and a half ahead of schedule. So we're really excited. I can't wait till it's here and it's physically here in our hands and it didn't sink on the way over here or something crazy. So really excited and really thankful too for the team over there in Holland, because they've been communicating with us constantly. They've been sending us updates and pictures and information. Totally stoked. It's gonna be epic. So Harrison, so we were just shooting something, and once in a while I may or may not have a little bit of like a camera breakdown when I can't talk or can't pronounce things the right way. Like, so we got, and getting it, and there, I had a burp coming out. Just pulling it out of the, why can't I think right? I can't even think right today. I can't think right most days. Anyway, he showed me a video online of a YouTube video called the Winnebago Man.
Listen, I got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bull anytime during the day from anyone. That includes me. I got to read it again because my mind is just a piece of this morning.
That's me sometimes. 100. Okay, so that's me at least once or twice every day. A really funny video. Check it out. Hey, Robbie, what's going on, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. How's it going, Jason?
Good, good. I can barely hear you.
Oh, how's it going, Jason?
There we go. Good. Hey,
better?
It's much better. I wanted to give you a call. So I know this is going to break your heart, but we had some plan changes on the 401. So I wanted to get it out to you guys. I know you guys flew all the way out here, checked it out here in the hangar, and you're really excited about, doing some paint work on the fuselage and the wings and stuff. But we had a lot of the viewers brought up that, we're going to be towing it across the country on a flatbed, and, what's going to happen.
You have some realists on your channel.
Realist, yeah.
How dare them think ahead?
I know. Well, and that's the thing, and it dawned on me going all the way to Utah, what happens if the airplane falls off the trailer?
Yeah, something
Like it would it would be completely ruined, and it would break my heart and it would break all the viewers' hearts, and obviously our goal is to help people with it. And if it's in a crashed pile of rubble on the middle of the interstate, it's not going to help anybody. So we're going to attempt to paint it here. I have a friend of mine with a body shop that's local, so we would only be towing it so far. So if it's okay with you, I think we're going to strip it here in the hangar, and then we're going to paint it over at his body shop.
Okay, well, how about as trade, since this is kind of a surprise to me, how about we plan a time and I'll come out there and help or something like that. Because we definitely want to be a part of it. I mean, we like the idea behind it. We like the helping people. And
Absolutely.
so if we can do the whole thing, maybe we can help with a portion of it.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. Like, I'm a terrible painter. So if you could come out and actually help out with the painting, and and we love your channel too. We love what you guys do out there. So if you could make the time, I know you're busy. I mean, you have Aiden's truck that you're working on. You have that Snowcat that you guys just got, which if I had one of those here, I'd be playing with it. So
yeah. And then we've got the Bronx Star that we're building. So we've definitely got a full palette right now. But yeah, no, let's stay in touch, and anything we can do to help.
Sounds good. Awesome, Robbie. Thank you so much, man. I'll let you get back at it. I know you guys are crazy busy. Thank you for giving us some of your time today.
Absolutely, and I appreciate it. We look forward to helping.
Absolutely. Thanks, brother.
Hey,
I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.
So we're 28 feet long. How high are we? Because this has to fit in a paint booth if we have the antenna up there. Now we also got to be able to be far enough away to spray it. I'd say it's 7 feet tall? Yeah, that's 9 feet tall. I was looking at the wrong number. So it looks like it's about 9 feet total. Now we can take that antenna off, but it looks like it's going to be all of 9 feet tall. So we're going to need at least probably 12 feet to be able to spray it from a ladder. It's almost like doing a van. So we're going to head over to 3D Auto Body, which is a friend of mine's auto body shop here locally. He had seen the videos. He actually flies out of Brandywine Airport. He's a pilot himself. He had seen that we were going to have to get this 401 painted, and he offered his shop. So let's go take a look. Let's go check it out. Hey, Dean, what's happening?
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Good stuff.
Good. Good to see you. Dave got a hold of me and said you guys have a bay that we might be able to paint the Cessna 401 fuselage in.
Yes, possibly. We can see if it fits.
Yeah, so it's 28 feet. It is, I think it was 9 feet tall.
Is that on the stand, or is that the?
So that's on the trailer piece that it has.
Okay. Yeah, it should fit.
It should fit.
It's gonna be close. The height might be the issue
Yeah.
because we have a double paint booth, so
Okay.
we can open it up, make some more room for you if we need to. That was 8 feet to there.
8 feet. How tall is it out here?
It's just a little under 9 to there.
Okay. And what is that?
That's another booth we have. So we actually have a double booth here and a single one there. So we can.
How tall is that?
You know what? That one is higher because the door goes up a little bit more.
Oh yeah, that's 9 foot tall.
So you're talking the whole thing is 9 feet, or just a section where it comes up, maybe like the wing?
The antenna's about a foot. I can take that off, and then I think it's 8 feet, and that's on the trailer that it's on.
Okay.
But that only gives me this much room underneath of it.
Oh, okay. So there's.
But I can jack that trailer up. But if it's, I looked in there. It looks like the ceiling to that is pretty high.
Yeah, just watch this. Yeah, the ceiling's pretty much the same here. Because we can leave these doors open, and there's ventilation here to spray, so we can spray out here if we have to. We can shut it all down.
Yeah, so I think it'll work perfect. I think it's the perfect setup. It's long enough. I think it's just going to be high enough.
Yeah, we can get it in there. Even if we, like you said, we got to move it up and down to paint both ways.
Yeah.
So how many pieces total is there to paint? So you have the main fuselage, the 2 wings.
And he says, so he hasn't been in aviation at all from understood, right?
Yeah.
And he says fuselage perfectly. So I butcher the word every time I say it. So I actually got to think about how I say it before I say it. But
I stole it from you.
So I must have said it right at least one time in front of you then.
Yeah.
So. But I think you're like what you were saying. I think we could get the top and the sides, and then, jack up, the fuselage and get underneath it. We're only going to have 2 feet of room under it, but
that should be fine.
I think we could get some paint on it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like we found a location to paint the fuselage. We will have to bring the wings in at a different time, but we're trying to get this done. We're trying to fly it and you got to stop up at the hangar and see it. There's like parts everywhere. So, and we actually have parts coming from Holland that are literally getting shipped over in shipping containers.
Okay.
Right now, the fuselage, we're going to strip it.
Okay.
Over in the hangar and get it prepped. So basically, it'd be stripped and washed and ready for primer and paint.
Okay.
And it would just be the fuselage. We'd want to paint the wings and the tail and other sections then probably at the same time, but maybe in like a month.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know how many pieces you had to do at one time. We could do it all one time, or we could do it in different
Different
days.
stages.
Yeah,
okay.
Whatever works.
I think it would probably be like doing the fuselage now, because once we get that done, we can start on the avionics, which is like a 3 month long project. You ought to see the wires. Like you're building an electric rock crawler.
Yeah.
You might want. Maybe you should come by and help us with the avionics, and then
stop by and take a look at it.
and then you'll be ready to go to wire your rock crawler, because there's probably 1,000 or so wires right now hanging all over the place. So if we get the fuselage done, painted, we can get it back to the hangar. We can start on the avionics, and then we're also going to take all the interior parts that we pulled out. We're shipping those interior parts out to Indiana, and they're going to start on those a while. So the idea is if we can work on a whole bunch of things all at one time,
different people doing different things,
we can make that deadline. It's like a July deadline. Everybody says we're crazy, which they've been saying we were crazy for like since we founded a year ago. So, which we are. But we're going to get it done, and I think this is like one of the missing pieces. So, it was awesome running into Dave at the airport and him bringing me over to meet you guys, because this is like a huge missing piece.
Yeah, definitely excited to take care of it for you.
I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah,
sounds good. Thanks. I'll. You got to come out to the hangar. You got to check stuff out, and I got to get over to your place, and I'm going to check out those rock crawlers. So that might be like my new bad habit. So
yeah, come on by.
Awesome. Thank you
guys.
so much, Dean.
Yep.
I'll talk to you soon.
See you.
So I'm so happy we ran into Dave Niestroy out at Brandywine Aviation the other day. He owns all the 3D auto body shops, and he's an aviation enthusiast. So it's going to work out perfect. The booth is just about big enough to paint it in, but I think we're going to be able to make enough room to get it painted. We're going to have to work with the space we have, but we're going to get a good paint job. It's going to get done, and it's going to get done really quick. And another cool thing is, because we're doing it almost in-house, we're going to be able to take you guys along for every part of the process. And if we're going to make it by July, I think we're probably going to have to like not sleep and work on it 24 hours a day. We'll have to figure that one out. Hey Joe, did you see my Rebuild Rescue coffee?
Oh yeah.
Thanks, brother. Can't start my morning without it. So if you guys want the world's best coffee, make sure you guys visit rebuildrescue.com and get yourself some Rebuild Rescue coffee. We have whole bean and we have 3 different grinds. Get yourself some coffee. The link's down below. So we got a ton of stuff done on the 401 this week. We've been putting in the hours. We've been working really hard. Joe's been busting butt. And guys, take a look at this. So we finally got a portion of this all zinc chromated. This area is 100% fixed. It is 100% ready to go. This whole fuselage, the whole underside of this, that's exactly what it's going to look like. Restored. 100% restored. We're not just getting this old plane flying again. It's going to be brand new. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And we have a huge surprise for you guys next week. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And make sure you guys check out rebuildrescue.com. We have a link down below. Grab some of our merch and grab some Rebuild Rescue coffee. It helps us here at the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on Rebuild Rescue.